Hello, I am the Cool Banana and welcome back to more Dark Souls Remastered. In the last episode, we went down to the lower Undead Burg and we took on the Capra Demon. In this episode, we're starting off outside Sen's Fortress because there's an NPC I forgot to speak to. The Onion Bro, known as Sequord of Katarina. Anyway, if you're wondering where this area is, it's actually, you know that doorway of Andre's bonfire in the Undead Parish? If you just go through the doorway rather than going down the stairs, that's how you get to this area. It's really not hard to get there at all. But, yeah, I hate to say it, but this is actually post-commentary this episode because the audio recording screwed up for the last part. But anyway, what do you have to say, Sequord? Seekmire? I think it might be Seekmire, actually. I don't ever remember the name of these Seeks.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall, or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
Well, there is always one option, Sequord. You could get off your fat ass and go ring the second Bell of Awakening for me. That would make my life a hell of a lot easier. But no, you're just going to sit outside and wait for me to do all the work, aren't you, motherfucker? Yeah. But, yeah, Seekmire, he's a pretty cool character, actually. I do like Seekmire. Does he have anything else he's got to say?
Still closed. Still closed.
Yeah, I think that's all he's got to say for us at the moment. Hang on.
Still closed.
Yeah, just the same. Anyway, so today we are going to be continuing on and fighting the Bell Gargoyles and ringing the first Bell of Awakening. Hence why I said ring the second Bell of Awakening for me there. Haha. Get that? That's some hinting. I'm very bad with my vocabulary at the moment. That is some top tier Carl Pilkington level cryptic clues like fucking Rockbusters there. That is amazing stuff. Anyway, just having a look. I upgraded the longsword to +4. I believe it was +2 in the last episode. I do apologise if I'm wrong on anything I talk about, or if I forget to mention anything as well. Simply because I recorded this 3 days ago, and I was really frustrated that the recording of the audio failed, because my commentary in this part would have been the best of all of the parts I've done so far. Like, because I haven't done YouTube for a while, obviously, I'm going to restore my humanity here so I can actually summon Solaire in the Gargoyle boss fight. But anyway, as I was saying, I recorded this about 3 days ago, and I was so frustrated that the audio recording failed because it was like such a good recording. I was really enthusiastic. I was actually said quite some funny stuff. I had good reactions to everything. Because this is quite an eventful episode, I can tell you that now. And I am going to... Like, it is really fun. It's funny what happens in this episode. There's one key thing I remember that happens, and it is very... Oh, God. Oh, God, it's brilliant. But, yeah, my reaction to it as well was fucking gold. It was honestly gold. Some of the best comedy I've ever come out with in my life, you know what I mean? And then I tried to edit the audio to make it sound as good as possible, make the audio quality and everything sound perfect. Because, as you know, I'm a YouTuber who gets no views on any of his videos, yet produces his videos to the quality of YouTubers with 100,000 subscribers. So, yeah, that's attention to detail right there. Granted, I have been doing it for 3 years, so a few things would have rubbed off on me by this point. I say I've been doing it for 3 years. Actually, I've been doing it since I was about 12, and I'm 18 now, so that's a long time. That's 6 fucking years. Boulder Knight, motherfucker, you ain't gonna be able to get no of them attacks on me because I'm above you. You're above me, haha. No, I love just trolling this guy. He can never hit you because the rapier has a straight attacking moveset. It's not like a swinging from like high up. Like, you don't hold it above, say, your right shoulder to swing it down below your left shoulder with a rapier or anything. You might with the R2, I'm not sure, but I know you do with the S-Stocks R2, but yeah, those guys, I love those guys, they're brilliant. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, so I'm just going to cut back until I actually start moving again. Never mind. Okay, yeah, this is what I mean. I'm not exactly sure what I was doing there. I know in this recording that I had to plug my headphones in, but I edited that bit out earlier, so I'm not sure what was going on there. I think I was adjusting my headphones, because the headphones I was using when making this recording are a lot worse than the ones I'm going to be using from now on. I do have a decent pair of headphones, but they're Bluetooth headphones, and I lost my like male-to-male aux cable, which I plug into it to actually get it to work in my PC. But I have found that now, so I'm using these to record now, and it is a hell of a lot easier. It makes it easier to do post-recording as well, because I can hear my voice through the microphone, and I can hear what I'm saying. So if I'm getting a lot of popping in the recording like then, I can sort of adjust where I am to the microphone to make everything a little bit better. And I think I've just found the best position, so that's good. Anyway, we've got another Rapier Black Knight here. Black Knight? Am I an idiot? I've got another Rapier Boulder Knight here. I don't think I've discussed this properly, but the Rapier Boulder Knights do have a significantly more health than the Boulder Sidesword ones. To put it into perspective, I was doing a live stream on Twitch the other day, doing a Soul Level 1 run of this sort of area. Not that it would be too hard doing this, but anyway, we got Lautrec here. I might have to cut myself out because I'm going to be speaking to him. So yeah, this is Lautrec the Embraced, or Lautrec of Katharina, if you will. But yeah, he's a pretty important character. But key point of fact about him is he's a cunt. Nothing but a fucking cunt. So if you're coming to him, just kill him as soon as possible.
Still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
Right, now I open the gate straight away. You can get more dialogue if you push Y, but I forgot that feature existed in this playthrough. And the only reason I remember it is because I went back and watched Epic Name Bros playthrough to see when, see how he did everything, to make sure I'm not just copying along with that, because I do have a tendency to play like that, as that's the playthrough I watched the first time I played the game. So yeah, I just want to make sure I'm doing everything a bit differently. I want this to be a unique playthrough. I'm still not sure whether to call it a walkthrough or a let's play. I am thinking of changing it to a let's play and being a bit more lighthearted with everything, because I feel like I'd enjoy making it a little bit more if I just let myself have a little bit more fun with everything. But it's not like I haven't been having fun. There's been quite a few good edits in this. But anyway, what do you have to say about yourself, Lautrec?
Thank you. Yes, sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this, and I guarantee a reward. Only later.
Oh, I got that fucking wrong. Oh, he's from Car.
Yes, very sorry. Your reward will have to wait. I've just been freed. Allow me some time.
Apologies for that little mistake there. To be fair, Katarina and Karim, I always get those two areas mixed up in terms of who's from where. Because I've said it a few times in this playthrough that everyone's from Katarina. But we've already, I'm pretty sure Petrus was from Karim, not Katarina. So, yeah, there are, it's 50-50 really. Most of them are from Karim or Katarina. And then there's a few from, Thoroland and Ulasil. Ulasil's actually the main place of the DLC. So I'm surprised there weren't more Ulasil characters, to be honest. That's always something that's baffled me with Souls DLC, is they never seem to build upon the lore that they've built within the games of, different areas. It's like, they talk about Faram and stuff like that in Dark Souls 3. I don't know if Faram's a kingdom or if it was a character, but why don't any of these areas appear in the DLC? I mean, it would have been good. It would have worked, you know? It would have made the story... It would have allowed us to feel like we were a bit more involved with what was going on, like we knew what was going on. I mean, the Artorias of the Abyss DLC, don't get me wrong, is fucking amazing, and it does have a good story. I mean, what they did with it was better than anything they probably could have done with Thoroland or Katarina or Karim. If you saw a little jolt there, by the way, I was just going to check, see if Lautrec's summon sign appeared, but it didn't, and that was something that would have made sense to have in a live commentary playthrough, but when I was trying to come up with things to say over the post-recording, I couldn't think of anything, and it just seemed like really poor, so I tried to edit that as smoothly as possible, but I still saw the jank there a little bit. But anyway, as you can see, Solar's summon sign is gold there. That's because he's in the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant. If you aren't in a Covenant, or if you're just in like standard Covenant, you'll have a white summon sign. Then if you're in something like the Gravelord Covenant, or yeah, I think it's just the Gravelords, or if you put a red summon sign down, you have a red summon sign or a black and white humanity looking summon sign. If what the fuck? Who the fuck is that? What? No. No, 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 no. Who are you? Who the fuck are you? No, no, I don't want this. What the fuck? Toxic? What? No, no, no. Heal, heal, heal. What the fuck? No, 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 no. Why didn't I get a backstab? What the fuck is going on? Who is that cunt? Who the fuck? Who is this? Who is this? I don't even know what's happening now. Okay. 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 Dark Souls PvP? Matchmaking? Gravelord Greatsword? What the fuck? What the fuck? Someone help, please. I don't even know what's going on here. Now I've got a fucking Boulder Knight following me. Oh god, fuck off, dude, please. Oh, come on, why didn't I get a backstab? I need this guy to die. He's gonna come up and sneak me up the ass if I ain't careful. Oh, can you just do something, Boulder Knight? Please! No! No, 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 no! Oh god, oh! Now, I didn't even get a message saying someone invaded my world. Not to mention I have a password on. What the fuck was that? Alright, coming back to the Bell Gargoyles there. Yeah. Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. That's what I meant. That is what I meant when I say this episode was brilliant. I don't know what the fuck that was. Because I have a password set. I have it, like, I have all the matchmaking shit, so I'm, like, only getting messages. It's very, very, very unlikely for someone to invade me. How did he get into my game, and why did it not tell me he was in my game? Was that Dark Souls related? Is that an AI? I don't even know what that is. You know? I honestly don't even know what that was. I don't know if that was a player, and I don't know if that was, like, an NPC invader that is something to do with the Gravelord Covenant. But from what I've seen, you need to use an Eye of Death to actually activate the Gravelord thing. Or, I don't know, or use one of those summon signs or something. Oh, God, I need to look up how that Covenant works, just in case it is that. But still, oh... That was fucking scary. You don't understand the sensation of... Like, that is what Dark Souls is there, ladies and gentlemen, right there. That is straight up what Dark Souls is. You summon a friendly phantom, and then a fucking red invader appears in his place and just rapes you 17 times. Oh, God. Anyway, that's enough shenanigans. It's time for the Bell Gargoyles, motherfucker. The first real, truly difficult boss in this game. Because, well, when I say that, I mean, Capra Demon's unfair. It's bullshit. You know, it's not really designed well. It's a badly designed boss fight. I mean, the Capra Demon enemies themselves aren't badly designed, but the way that that particular boss fight in itself is laid out is terrible. This is the first true, fair challenge that the game throws out at you, because the Taurus Demon and the Asylum Demon are just piss easy, and then, again, the Capra Demon isn't exactly a fair challenge, and then if you fight the Moonlight Butterfly before these guys as well, then also that's not a challenge either. That's pretty easy as well. The Moonlight Butterfly is not difficult, so that'll be the boss we're fighting next time. Sorry if I just kept saying the same thing over and over again there. My monitor turned off, which I really need to remember to turn that sort of thing off in this. But as for their mechanics, they aren't too complicated. as usual with Dark Souls bosses, I need to talk about this. You want to go for using iframes rather than trying to actually avoid the enemy attacks. So in that case, rather than... bye, Solaire, by the way. Cheers, buddy. He killed most of them. He did more of that than I did. I'm pretty sure he killed, like, 2.5 of them. But still. Anyway, now we're going into this big tower to ring our first Bell of Awakening. Quite a tremendous moment, I have to say. Anyway, as I was saying, mechanics-wise, it'll be one Bell Gargoyle, and he will come in with a full health bar, and he has... obviously the tail, which if you get his tail, you'll get the gargoyle tail axe, and then also what is it? Once the second one drops in, he will drop in and hang back and try to pelt you with fire. He won't actually come in and be aggressive, which is good gank boss design. Also, another thing with it, when the second one swoops in, you want to try and get the first one down. I didn't really do a very good job of that, so if you don't, go for the second one, I'd say. And you always want to have Solaire with you if it's your first playthrough, because he'll make it a lot easier for you, and it's not worth making it too difficult for yourself. Not in your first playthrough, anyway. But this is the first Bell of Awakening, ladies and gentlemen. We're nearly halfway done with our quest. We're nearly done. Well, we're halfway done, like I said. Let's pull this lever and watch the bell ring. Watch the bell toll, sorry. Don't know why I'm just standing here. Can I pull the lever, please? Thank you. This is what I hate about post-commentary. Alright, with that Bell of Awakening rang, we have now completed half of our quest that we set out to do from the Undead Asylum. The quest given to us from Oscar Vestora. I'm struggling to think of things to say because that achievement popped up. And now I've got to think about things to say of where we're going next. Again, this is what I don't like about post-commentary. I find it a lot easier to be spontaneous, and once I've been spontaneous, those things that have come up in my head, and then I've said them, they will not come back. So I'm trying to have to play, like, as if I'm playing right now. That's what I'm trying to have to go along with. I'm talking over myself playing, and it is... Watching Dark Souls is funny. Can I just say that? Like, watching raw footage of Dark Souls is always fucking hilarious. Like, anyway, this is Oswald of Kareem. Good man. Good man. Let's speak to Oswald. How you doing, man? Look at this gesture. Yes! Yes! Spread those arms!
Greetings. I am Oswald of Kareem, the Pardon. Thou art a friend. For thee, a warm welcome. Cometh thou to confess, or to accuse? For indeed all sin is my domain.
Indeed, all sin is your domain. Very well. Then I will have to. I've really gone along with it. I got lost that train of thought there. Anyway, the number one thing you want to do with Oswald is the learn gesture thing. Everything else you probably won't actually ever have to use so long as you're careful. But you want to select learn gesture because you get the legendary. The legendary. Can you just push A, Connor, please? What are you doing, man? What are you talking about? There you go. Well, what the fuck is it, man? What the fuck were you doing? Huh? Oh, God. This is literally what I hate about post-commentary. Yeah, I knew I did that, so I'm just going to talk over what he says there. I mean, he doesn't say much too important there. I'm going to stop being so anal about hearing all the characters speak as well. I do want to obviously balance their voice to be as loud as my voice usually is when they're talking compared to when I'm not. Compared to when I am as well. So, like, the volume, I don't know how to put it. In this video, as you'll see, I'll stop talking, and then when Oswald stops talking, I'll try and make it so he speaks at the same volume that I am, because obviously the game is going to be quieter than me, because I don't want the game to drown out certain things that I'm saying if I get too quiet. obviously not, there isn't going to be too much of a difference. You're obviously still going to be able to hear what's going on in the game. Anyway, there's a nice little cut there. We're just heading back to the Undead Parish bonfire. Sorry if I cut myself out as well, because I was halfway through saying something and that kind of happened, but I completely forgot that that edit was there. I should have seen it, because I have got the video edit open. That's what I'm watching this in. And I love that guy just appears behind me. That's not nerve-wracking whatsoever. But anyway, we're going to be using the souls here because I wanted to try to get to 20,000 souls to get a particular item, the Crest of Artorias. However, after rethinking that, I've realised you're not going to get to that area until you have rang 2 Bells of Awakening, really, or at least until... Well, yeah, until you've rang 2 Bells of Awakening and you've gone back to the Asylum, maybe. Actually, no, I'd say you want to be going to that area, the forest area with the Crest of Artorias. You want to sort of be going to that area around maybe just before or just after you fight Ornstein and Smough. Right? Ornstein. I don't know how to say it. I hear it 17 different ways in three of the same videos. You know, you'll find the worst thing is if you watch Democracy's videos on any of these Dark Souls games, and if his videos were some of the first, some of your first, hearing, some of the first time you've heard some of the names of the bosses in this series, well, it's going to have warped how you say it. I'm just going to say that now. But yeah, or it doesn't help that Epic Name Bro as well. Like I said, I used his playthroughs when I first played this game. He says Ornstein, and then he's told us Ornstein, and then yeah, it's just everyone calls it Ornstein, then everyone calls it Ornstein, then everyone calls it Ornstein, then everyone calls it Ornstein. Anyway, the Gargoyle Tail Axe, sliced tail of the Gargoyle guarding the Bell of Awakening or patrolling in Anor Londo, can be used as a bronze battle axe. Bends dramatically during large attacks owing to its nature as a tail. See, now that is a very good weapon. I do enjoy this weapon. It's amazing. I've never actually used it though, so I don't know why I'm saying this. But I do like the idea of the moveset of it and stuff, and I have always wanted to use it. It's just when I've actually got the weapon and thought to use it, I've never built my build around it, and you know, never actually ended up using it. So maybe I will end up using it in this playthrough, you never know. Yeah, I will probably actually end up using it in this playthrough now that I've said that. I do want to use it because it is a nice looking weapon as well, and I do like the fact that the R2 swing, although it does make the idea of range on the R2s a little bit finicky for me, because Dark Souls range with certain weapons is a little bit funky anyway, specifically Dark Souls 2, and the biggest weapon I can remember having the most deceptive range in that it felt like it should go a hell of a lot further than it should. Just, yeah, you can see it bend there. A bit like a flaccid dong. Lovely. But, yeah, I remember when I was playing Dark Souls 2, I've never actually beat Dark Souls 2. It's just too much, you know? There's just too much. It's a bit boring as well. I am going to try and beat it at some point, though. I might do it on stream as well. Anyway, if you head down there, there's that big fucking fuck-off guy. What the fuck is that? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a Titanite demon. And we're going to be taking him on. He's not exactly going to be difficult, but we are going to just be shooting him with a bow, and it's going to be mundane as hell. And the annoying thing is I'm going to have to edit. I decided I'm going to edit this out after I've done the post-recording, so I'm going to have to watch all this as well. I'm just going to have to watch myself shoot him with arrows for about 20 minutes. The thing is as well is you want to sort of... The best thing to do is to try and find a spot where you always hit him with your arrows, but he always hits that pillar with his lightning bolts, if you understand what I mean. So, like, as you can see that, you could obviously do the strafing left and right thing that I do, because that is what I do through most of this. Although it is a bit annoying and it does get a bit boring just pushing left and right all the time, you kind of want to do it a bit more mindlessly, if you know what I mean. You just want to just be like, pushing a button, you know what I mean? Just on the fucking R1 button until it dies. But like, you can't necessarily do that in this particular... Well, you can't really do it with any of the Titanite demons, which is kind of annoying, but obviously the reason for it is because they want you to get up in melee combat. And Demon Souls also had quite a lot of areas where you could just sit there and attack enemies from what I've seen. Don't take that with a grain of salt though, because I haven't actually played Demon Souls either. I have played Dark Souls 2. I've never beaten it. I've played Bloodborne. I haven't played the DLC. I've beat Dark Souls 3 in both DLCs, and I've beat Dark Souls 1 and the DLC. So I have played most of the Souls game. I haven't played Sekiro. I do want to get Elden Ring on release though. I don't know if I will get it on release, but I will have it by June. I can guarantee that, because that's when my birthday is. I can just ask for it. So good. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, these Titanite demons, they are pretty mundane and boring to kill, so I am going to cut this out, and then I'll return to my anecdote about Dark Souls 2 after I've cut this out. So anyway, I will see you in about 5 minutes. Well, for you it'll be 0.2 seconds, but for me it'll be about half an hour. So yeah, I will see you in half an hour. You'll see me in a split second. Which is funny, because Dark Souls has a convoluted timeline as well. And by convoluted, I mean, like, that's actually an integral part of the story, is that the world, the time in the universe of Lordran is corrupt and distorted in, like, 17,000 different ways. Anyway, back when he dies. Alright, so I nearly got him down now, so I am going to be coming back with some more commentary. Yes, this is exactly when I wanted to come back as well. Right, so I knew in this recording I went in to go and finish him off with melee. And I just predicted, literally just from watching his health bar, when I would do that. That is amazing. I do actually know myself quite well in these games. I know my play style, because I was like, I'd go in and attack him now. I started talking, and then I pull out my sword and go to do it. That is amazing. But those guys, I did want to show off a bit more of their melee moveset, but you don't ever really want to fight them in melee until you're a bit stronger anyway. Not this one anyway. The ones in Sen's Fortress maybe, but Demon Titanite, special Titanite, stolen from a faceless stone beast known as a Titanite demon. When the nameless blacksmith deity passed from several slabs, great beasts arose. The power of Titanite remains within them, and they still roam Lordran to this day. Alright, that was slightly different, but it's okay. I feel like my dyslexia wasn't, my self-diagnosed dyslexia wasn't so bad then. Alright, so sorry if you noticed a little cut in my voice there. My computer's monitor decided to switch off again, and then my editing software, like playback froze on my editing software, so I am gonna have to resync it. But last time that happened with episode 1, I had to re-record the entire fucking episode, so not as detrimental. Not to mention, I'm 30 minutes in and this is a 35-minute video, so do you know how awful it would have been for it to go off then? Why does everything I have go wrong like this? I really don't understand it. I've tried to come back to YouTube and it's just been in shambles, but I'm still enjoying it, and I've actually started getting my anxiety medication now, which is why I'm motivated to make this recording and why I've actually been enjoying it quite a bit. I'm actually feeling pretty good about myself as well. Feeling pretty happy in myself, not feeling too miserable and too procrastinatory. So yeah, hopefully this. I'm not sure if this episode is going to be out today. I don't see why it won't be though. It's only 5:45. So hopefully this episode will be out. But I'm also hoping to get part 6 recorded and edited today as well. In the day I'm recording the post-recording for this episode, just to catch up with myself in how slow I've been doing it. I know that there isn't actually any proper consistent viewers on this LP yet. I imagine the only people who have watched it are people looking for an easy way to fight bosses and stuff, and they're struggling with the methods that the popular people are giving them, so they're going to say, look, let's see if anyone's posted anything recently. But if we look down there, you can actually see, I'm going to zoom it in the edit, you can actually see a faint glow that looks like an item. It also kind of looks like the fireflies, the little glowing fireflies you can see flying around. But the thing is with that little item is it wasn't moving. So I think that is great level design there, honestly. That adds more, that just shows how great the interconnectivity and the level design of these games are. Also, that does up there as well. That is the Moonlight Butterfly, the boss of the Dark Root Garden. You can see it right at the entrance of the area. That is incredible. You know, I love that kind of stuff in games, honestly. And I don't really know any other games that emulate it quite like it. The only game, even by FromSoft, the only game I can think of that emulated the feeling I got from Dark Souls almost in its entirety was Bloodborne. And the reason for that is Bloodborne is completely interconnected other than the Hunter's Dream, if you know what I mean. You can get to almost every area from every area in Bloodborne, but the Hunter's Dream isn't in the centre of it like Firelink Shrine is for Dark Souls 1. That is the sort of key difference for me, if you know what I mean. Whereas Dark Souls 2, it seems like almost sort of like 5 or 6 linear paths branching off from Majula. Is it Majula or Majula? I don't remember what the hub's called in Dark Souls 2. I think it's Majula. Yeah, you know, because you have the area to get to, where is it? The Giant Lord, the Last Giant, sorry, and the Pursuer. Anyway, this is the door I was wanted to open with the Crest of Artorias off of Andre. I'm not going to be doing that yet, obviously, but yeah, that's the door there. You get the Crest of Artorias to open that door. Don't do that until about, like I said, just before, either before you go into Sen's Fortress, or before you go to Anor Londo. Honestly, that's probably the best time, I'd say. Maybe not after Ornstein and Smur. It might be a bit late then. Sif would be a bit of a joke. And I like Sif. He's a fun boss. I'm not good with it. I'm not very good at fighting Sif, honestly. I'm actually pretty hard. I find him pretty difficult, but that's because I'm not very good at fighting the big beast bosses with the Dark Souls formula anyway. It's also one of my biggest problems with Freed in Dark Souls 3. I feel like she's a bit too Bloodborne-y for Dark Souls. And I know people still like the boss, but I can't get over the fact that it's designed for a faster game. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not supposed to be fighting you like this. You're supposed to be slower than this. I'm supposed to be faster than this. What the fuck? You know, that's my problem with Freak, and I just can't get past that. That's why I don't like that boss very much. Also, I rarely can beat it without dying or using Gale. And the thing is it's never feels like my fault. And when I say it doesn't feel like my fault, I mean in Dark Souls, you know when it's your fault. You were being over-aggressive or you dodged at the wrong time. But with Freed, I should have got parries off. I've always liked getting parries off that I should be getting, but I'm not sure if you can actually parry her, so I'm not going to say that's necessarily bad. But and it's all sort of stuff like that. And I'll get dodge rolls, or I'll try to get a backstab, and she'll like run, like just jolt away, but I'll still do the backstab animation. Now, I'm sorry, the second I go for that backstab animation, that should be locked in. You know, with a boss that fast, that should be locked in. There should be no way for you to miss a backstab like that and still do the animation. But anyway, this episode's been going on for a little while now. We will continue on with the Dark Root Garden, which I didn't actually go over a lot in this video, which I do apologise about, which I do apologise for. But again, that's another problem with me and post-commentary. But anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching this episode on Dark Souls Remastered. Yeah, I actually did quite enjoy making it with post-commentary, to be fair. Simply because I decided to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to let them know I'm, like, not good at post-commentary. I'm not going to be good at post-commentary, and I'm just going to do it like it's live commentary. Because why not? I'm going to talk here and now about what's going on now and try to keep it relevant to the game. But anyway, I'd like to thank you again for watching this episode of Dark Souls Remastered. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe, because I'd really appreciate it, and it does help me keep the motivation up for this series. But anyway, thank you for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.